send substances through a fax.
So do you have someone here that you'd like to have talk to us on camera?
I'd like you not to. Yeah, go ahead. Holy crap!
That is nice, dude.
That's freaking awesome. Good job, Dana.
Would you like a party hat?
Sure.
By the way, this is Mike and that's Patrick.
He's got a party
Happy
hat.
birthday.
Can you wear the party hat?
Do you think I could grab a hug?
It'll be fabulous.
Mike,
Are you a spokesperson?
Patrick, can I grab a hug?
Would you mind talking?
Thank you.
Would you mind talking on camera? Just answering a few questions.
Look, I think you've asked quite a lot of questions so far, and you seem to just be going around in circles. So, anything more interesting? Anything?
Well, I need footage. You know,
you need footage.
I've got a quota on how much footage
could I just
to get today.
could I just understand? You're going to be using. So you're going to be
they'll
using
put me in
this
lower
video.
conditions or something like that, right?
Could I ask you this question? Or
Good morning.
should I
he's
just ask him?
just the cameraman.
Okay. So, could I just get this right? You're going to be using that footage to show to other Scientologists who want to know about us.
No, we're making
right?
a documentary about you guys, and that's why.
Why would you want to make a documentary?
Why would you want to?
Because you guys are a sociological phenomenon.
So who is this going to be shown to?
Big words confuse me.
I really can't understand why you would want to show this to your own people.
Considering
Then who-
you're telling them that we're suppressive and that we're terrorists.
I don't
and
think you're.
religious
I
bigots.
don't think you're suppressive. Do you think you're terrorists? That's a good question.
Because we're not terrorists.
Can we not turn this around? I believe that before you actually said
I think in
what
those.
you
I think in the
about
early
us
days.
being referred to as a science.
I think in the early days of Anonymous, some of the
handwritten
actions.
pages in there.
What OT level are you, mate?
What do you believe about the persecution of homosexuality and it being a contagious disease in Scientology? Yes, it does. I've actually had people say to me, I am a flamboyant homosexual, and I've actually had people say to me, oh, you should really get that looked at because that's contagious. Scientologists in the org, en masse, before I became anonymous, I actually was interested in Scientology until that was told to me. Because I don't believe that it is a contagious disease. What do you think about that?
I don't feel homosexual.
It's not a contagious disease. Then why does it say that?
The dynamics and science of survival.
Okay, but did you read what came after that? And what Hubbard said after that?
What, after
Yes,
they
how
kicked his son out of
how
the
homosexuals have to be
gay?
institutionalized, and if those things doesn't work, then they have to be destroyed.
Because you know what that sounds a whole lot like? What the Nazis used to do.
But why do we have gay members then?
That X page.
Why do you have gay members? I'm not sure. Maybe they're not sure about why, but I know what was said to me.
Well, I can tell you right now.
Somewhere in the middle. It's the
You
actual,
do?
his name
Absolutely.
was
Fantastic.
Bob
Absolutely.
Page.
In fact, one of them's a friend of mine.
Matter of contention, fat man. Is it spelled with an N or an M?
It's in here somewhere. If I can find it. Oh, I've almost got it.
So do you guys all consider yourselves to be members of Anonymous?
We don't have members. Anonymous is not something you join. There are no prerequisites. It's merely something you choose to be.
I thought we decided to answer these questions, did we?
No,
These are the same questions that the UK guys were asking, and the US guys were asking. It's the same questions.
Hey DC.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't.
Oh, I got a can of Mountain Dew in my bag for you. Bottle, sorry.
So we sent you a cease and desist.
but I have more.
That's right, yeah.
And and you thought that was unfair. Do you want to tell us about that?
I thought it was unfair because you managed to somehow find my details and my name, and you refused to tell me how. I think that's automatically pretty off. Also, you accused me of some pretty horrible things, like threatening to kill Scientologists. Now that's something I don't take. I take quite offence to that, considering we've made it quite clear that we're not against you or your belief practices, and we especially have never threatened violence against you. So I don't know where the translation went wrong somewhere down the line, but I mean, I'm sure if these are criminal activities, the police know about it, and I'd be informed.
Well, I said earlier
Do you understand the term libel, Mike? You know what that term means?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
And
Do you understand that it's legal
I'm pretty
then?
sure that such a thing as slander. When you accuse someone of something baseless, that is slander.
And defamation, I'll go
if you
with.
feel compelled enough to sue, you can do that.
I'm not going to sue because it's your letter is pretty much, it's on par with someone sending a letter to someone saying you're no longer allowed to pet my dog because I don't like him.
Okay, that's fine. And
In
I think
legalese,
that's
it's called a huff and puff letter.
okay.
No,
And
that's
my
Mike also.
Exactly, it'll just waste valuable resources.
now,
Which is why our good boombox man is here today, undeterred by
Now,
your libel.
when there were actual threats coming into the church.
Sorry, I missed that, sorry.
When there were actual threats coming into the church, like by fax and by telephone call.
So you claim.
Yeah.
Which you
And
have
the
shown
church
no proof of.
did file complete police complaints about it.
Can you present some proof of those threats, please, Mike?
We would love to see some proof.
It's the berry.
And
until we see proof, they're pretty moot. The continuing discussion of that.
and
Next point, please.
so we were filing police complaints about, I think,
It's on the net,
in
guys, it's
up
on
to
the net,
300
check it
phone
out.
calls.
You can get up to OT8 on the net, actually.